Does that in itself tell us he likes science?
No.
Cameron?
He likes junk food.
How do you know?
Because
That's right, that's another thought of Andy's, isn't it? That he thinks he must like junk food because he's a little bit chubby. Andy has all these ideas about Stanley that come out of these three facts. Do you think there's any other facts about Andy in this passage?
he's short.
Oh, good girl, he's short. Excellent. Oh. You can't argue with that. Okay, so he's chubby, he's short, he wears glasses, and he's holding a book when he answers the door. And from those four facts, all of these other ideas come out, that he looks like a nerd, he'd rather read a textbook, he probably eats far too much junk food, and he never plays anything. Is Andy right to have these ideas from these facts, do you think? Do you think you might? If you met a person who looked like that, do you think you would then think these things about it? And do you think that you'd be doing stereotyping if you did? Yes, Chloe?
If I saw a person like that, I would say that they like watching TV.
Would you? Okay, and would you know that that was true?
No.
It would just be a thought.
It would be an idea you'd have. Now, we do all make up our minds about people a little bit in this way sometimes, don't we? Unfortunately. But we have to be aware that we could be wrong. And I think that Andy might be wrong, and I think the author wants us to think, actually, that Andy might be wrong. I think that there's a lot of stereotyping about these ideas of Andy's about Stanley, and I'd like to... Yes, James?
Stanley might be a nice person inside.
Well, he might well be. He might be, because he might be, but he's short and he looks a bit chubby. Maybe he doesn't play soccer. Maybe he plays in the front row for a rugby team. Who knows?
Oh, yeah.
You see, Andy can't know that because he hasn't learnt about it yet. Here's a challenge for you. I want you now to write a paragraph carrying on this text and making it quite clear that Stanley's not a nerd and that he does like playing and that he's not a junk food addict and that he doesn't just sit all day. Why might he be carrying a book with the word science in the title?
He might want to learn about it.
He might. He might indeed.
He might be doing his homework.
He might be doing his homework. Everybody has to do that, whether they're a nerd or not, don't they, Mum? Yes. He might, the rest of the title of the book might be something like horrible tricks you can play on your friends with using science. Mightn't it? Yes, you don't know. So, do you think you're up to this challenge? Write some more of this text showing that Stanley is not like what Andy thought he was like at all. Yes? All right? Okay, thank you very much, and you can go now and do that. Thank you.